of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Monday, April 20th, 2020. Oh my gosh. The month is almost done, complete. Can you figure? It was just the other day that April came around. And now, what can I say? Hey there, Auntie Claire. I see you, I see you. 20 minutes after 5 o'clock. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D Denise Gomez, the community platform where information is guaranteed. This afternoon's program of the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. New York City and across the world at large. In this afternoon's program, I feature the Monday Beat, where we chase the Monday blues out of here with great music. And I have my talking zone where I'll be having a conversation with you, just you and Lady D. As always, we have keeping you in the know at 6 p.m. with news, happenings, and facts. It promises to be a good afternoon. Music, talk, information. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. 22 minutes after 5 o'clock. Hope you had a great weekend this past weekend. Despite COVID-19, you make the best of what you do, how you do, why you do, when you do. And COVID will not be able to take that away from you. That's a decision that you have to make. I make a decision. I'm not letting a thing, not one, what we say, iota, nothing take away my joy, my peace of mind. I just can't be bothered. I'm just like gliding along. You know, like when you pour the water on top of your cocoa leaf and it just glides right off. That's where I'm at. Even when I'm talking to you, I am just calm. I just can't. If the thing doesn't warrant me not having to eat, sleep, praise my God, then, you know, you're just going to have to keep moving. That's where I'm at. So I'd like to say hello to everybody this afternoon. Welcome to the show. Inside the Zone. Inside the Zone started June 5, 2008, and it is still going. No matter what, I'm still here doing what I love to do. And of course, just coming into your homes, into your offices, in your motor cars, wherever you are, you're joining me for the very first time. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Guess what? It's R&B Monday today. So in the Monday Beat, where we chase the Monday blues out of here with great music. It will be great R&B music this afternoon. Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. I'll be playing a short snippet of this afternoon's feature of King Talk, Councilmember Andy King. He's the councilman for the 12th District of New York and in the Bronx, and he had his feature this afternoon. And I'm very proud to say that both my pastors, Reverend Paul Peart and Reverend Glad Johnson, they were a part of that program this afternoon. Pastor Peart prayed, Pastor Glad, as the executive director of Good Neighbors Community Outreach Agency in the Bronx, he told about the great work that Good Neighbors is doing in the community in the Northeast Bronx, and particularly about the food pantry that we are doing there in the Bronx. Can I tell you, people are just coming in droves trying to get food to eat. Did you know that while I'm an essential worker and I still have to go to work, there are people who are just not working. Their companies are closed, not temporarily, but permanently. And so the unemployment applications have gone up sky high. People are just in dire straits. So even if you're in your little cubby hole and you're fine, somebody else is not fine. And someone has to think about those people. Of course, we go on to at 6 o'clock with or keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts. And this afternoon, we ask you what's going on with you since COVID-19. How are you managing? Last week, I think it was Chris, I do apologize. Chris had said, he and his wife and the children had a conversation just in case one of them had to go into the hospital, or both of them as parents had to go into the hospital because of COVID-19. What preparations have we made? Do you know where your documents are? Do your children know where you keep your stuff? All that kind of thing. So we just want to have a heart-to-heart with you this afternoon. We will be presenting just a few headlines, but it's really to talk about the back end of the things that people are not really talking about. We only know that somebody went to the hospital, but what happens after that? Anybody know where you keep your stuff? What do you have? Or we're so private that nobody knows where to find anything. So we just want to have that conversation with you this afternoon. 26 minutes after 5 o'clock, I'd like to welcome you to, of course, my R&B Monday. So I do have a few selections for you that I am getting into right now. The show ends at 7 p.m. Good afternoon. You're joining me for the first time. The telephone number is 914-600-4228. That's 914-600-4228. Yep, that's the number. You've never heard it sung like that before, right? Yeah, so that's the telephone number. Give me a call. Let me know how you are, what you're doing for COVID-19. How prepared are we?
Oh my God, son, you really cut your joints off. I know you say you're gonna do.
And of course, I didn't want all of that, so I do apologize. But of course, we're getting into it.
And I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserve good fame. This for the diamonds, a head full of rain. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. A baby, good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you, love you. Yeah. Listen, your true beauty's description looks so good that it hurts. You're a dime plus 99 and it's a shame. Don't even know what you're worth. Everywhere you go, they stop and stare, cause you're bad and it shows. From your head to your toes, out of control. Baby, you know. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserves good things. This for the diamonds, a handful of rings. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Oh, baby, good love and protection. Oh, make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me. You deserve better. You know you deserve better. We should be together, baby. With me and you, it's whatever, girl. Hey, so can we make this thing us? You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give everything you need. Yeah. say that I love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. That good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. You say that I love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Protection, selection, baby. Let me love you. That's all you need, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mario, Let Me Love You in the Monday Beat. Chasing the Monday Blues out of here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Those of you who are joining me on the YouTube channel, Inside the Zone, you may share the link with someone you know. Have them check out the show. So guess what? Lady D's here. And I want you to tell me what you think about the show. And you can tell me what you think about the show. This ain't no show set in stone. Over the years, I've tried my best to bring features that I believe would interest you. But you can also, hey there, Angie. Hi, Julie. Afternoon. Share with your friends and let them know the show is on, okay? 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. That's what I'm talking about. And, of course, I'm taking you to Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. This afternoon's feature of Voices, I take you to delayed broadcast of the King Talk, hosted by Councilmember Andy King in the Bronx. And I'm proud to say both my pastors were a part of the discussion this afternoon. So stay with me.
Likely knows, we are working very closely with DFTA to also do wellness checks and to ensure that in any interaction that any city agency has with the senior population, that we can be checking in on their mental health, on the challenges of social isolation, to ensure that that we're in regular contact and have these opportunities to connect with individuals. So imminently, we're going to be training senior centers on certainly how to enroll individuals and seniors into the Get Food program. And at the same time, we want to use that opportunity to also include some wellness checks. So, whereas food is very nourishing to individuals, we also want to ensure that that the whole body and from a holistic sense, individuals are being checked in with as much as possible. And it's such an important point, and particularly in these times.
Well, thank you for that. I want to add another person into the conversation, because when you talk about wellness checks, you're talking about food, food distribution, you talk about pantries. I want to bring Pastor Glad Johnson into the conversation right now to talk about what his organization, Good Neighbors, have been able to establish and making sure receiving foods, getting foods from the city. You heard Kate McKenzie about how they're trying to make sure that everyone is fed. What is your organization doing in connecting with the city to making sure that your pantry stays stocked, but more importantly, offering that wellness to spirituality conversations?
Thank you very much, Councilmember Andy King. We appreciate the opportunity to be here to share our programs with you. As you know, Good Neighbors has been functioning in this community since 2002, and it was initiated because there was an economic crisis in the city at that time. So we have mobilized ourselves, recognizing that food is one of the most important need of the people in our community. And what we recognize immediately that many are isolated in their homes. So we initiated what we call a Boxes of Love initiative. And this is a program we normally run at Thanksgiving time, but through Boxes of Love, any member of our community that's isolated in the home, if we get a call, we deliver a box to their doorstep with with food and other items. We also consider the children, so we put inspirational books for the children in the boxes also. So we believe, and we're getting a lot of feedback of how appreciative they are to receive these boxes of love. In addition to that, we have our regular pantry. We normally do it on Thursdays. We have had to increase the days. So now we're doing pantry on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. As a matter of fact, I just left the pantry and we served over 100 individuals. And as you know, in this community, each individual represents a household of about 4 members. So we're serving an average of about 400 individuals on a daily basis, 4 days a week.
Okay. All right. That's a blessing to all the people who are in need of food, knowing where you go. We need to make sure that we have pantry information out there wherever you are. So I say to my colleague, Councilmember Chin, if you have information to share throughout the city, because we are streaming not just in the Bronx, but all across, people in your district need to know where food pantries are. We need to get information out. And then the greatest thing that we do in this time is just offer true and accurate information. And if we can do that, we'll be that better. Kate, what else is happening that if people who have access to food, how can they help for those who don't have access to food?
All right. So that was this afternoon's program hosted by Councilmember Andy King of the 12th District of the Bronx, and he has a program called King Talk, and it has really been reaching a lot of people. People are streaming, they're using the Zoom software to have discussions with all these key people in their community who are working towards the sustainable efforts for people in this very difficult time with the COVID-19 virus. How are you doing? This afternoon at 6 p.m., Chris Wilby and I will be talking about the challenges that you are having. You can tell us what are your areas of challenge. How are you managing? How are you getting food? You know, are you connected to anyone? Who are the people who mean the most to you, but you haven't been able to see? That kind of thing. How are your children taking it? What are their responses? You know, children need to know these things. So I'd like to welcome everyone, wherever you are, Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, and 88.9. Good afternoon to you. And those of you who are on my Inside the Zone YouTube channel, I'd like to welcome you this afternoon, reminding you that each and every day, wherever you are, there's someone who is always in need of something that only, I could perhaps say only you can help them with, but I don't know. But I just want to let you know that Western Union has great things to offer. Stay with me. It's 5:37 p.m. Don't go anywhere.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
When you are hungry, come to Kula Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Kula Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
5:39 p.m. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, host and presenter of Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Today is the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, reminding you Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. They have the Waffle Affair. Heard about the Waffle Affair? I personally coined that phrase. I did. Me alone, me one, no help. The right. The Waffle Affair. Red velvet waffle, waffle sandwich, cinnamon waffle, blueberry waffle, banana nut waffle, Oreo waffle, Belgian waffle, chocolate chip waffle, and cheesecake waffle. Stop by 3762 Boston Road. Give them a call, 347-947-9200. And I implore you, support the businesses in our community, won't you? Corey's also has fried chicken, curry chicken, stew peas, beef patty, chicken patty, jerk chicken, jerk pork, fried fish, steam and brown stew fish, shrimp and fries, rasta pasta, pastries, and more. They're at the corner of Baychester and Boston Road. You can't miss them, right around the corner from the KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken. You can't miss them. Stop by and say, guess what? Lady D send me. And I'm here to get my, and you choose what you want. But you can try the cheesecake waffle. Did I tell you? Yes. It's R&B Monday. On a Monday, it's all about R&B, just for you, just for you, just for you. Are you ready to get some? I'm sure you are. Music on a Monday in the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Spread the word. Inside the Zone is on.
Every little thing, and I'm looking back, looking at all the time I've been searching. Ooh, I ain't scared to tell you that I'm ready for you. Open the door. More to life than living. I want you to come into my heart. 'Cause this is my life story and it's for you only. Give you everything. Come into my love story. Give you all the glory. Give it up to you. No one knows what tomorrow holds, or if it ever comes. So I'm gonna take my chances, baby. You're the only one. I ain't scared to tell you that I'm ready for you. Open up the door. What a life and living. I want you to come into
That's my girl, Angie Stone, life story. Hello, good afternoon, Monday. Perk yourselves up. You haven't slapped any color in your cheeks all day, have you? Slap a little color if you're not careful. The stress will take away that glow, and you don't want to lose your glow. Not for nobody, not for tomorrow, the day after, you don't want to lose your glow. Hello to you, 5:46 p.m. On this day in history, events in film and television. In 1920, Big Show ends 2-year run on NBC Radio. In 1951, 4th Cannes Film Festival, Miss Julie, directed by Alf Soberg, and Miracle in Milan, directed by Vittorio De Sica, jointly awarded the Grand Prix du Festival International du Film. In 1963, 10th National Film Awards, India, Dada Thakur wins the Golden Lotus. In 1966, WDCA-TV Channel 20 in Washington, D.C. begins broadcasting. In 1971, Barbra Streisand records We've Only Just Begun. Yeah, that's what she did. In 1976, George Harrison sings Lumberjack Song with Monty Python. 1977, Annie Hall, directed by Woody Allen and starring Woody Allen and Diane Keaton, is released. Academy Awards Best Picture in 1978. In 1981, final performance of TV show Soap Is. Remember that? Soap? A long time stuff, that. Long time. All right, I got a few more for you. In 2007, Indian film actor and producer Abhishek Baccharan, 31, weds actress Aishwarya Rai, 33, at the Bachan residence in Juhu, Mumbai. In 2008, the game actress Tia Mowry, who was 29, weds actor Corey Hardrick, 32, at the Biltmore, let me get this together here, Hotel in Santa Barbara, California. In 2011, Hollywood Confidential radio host Lisa Gibbons, 54, weds Stephen Fenton, 41, at the rooftop of the Montage Hotel in Beverly Hills. Some facts there for you on this day in history, April 20th. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. I've got, 5:48, 12 minutes to go before, or keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And we will be talking about news and the COVID-19, how it's affecting you. And we are anticipating your calls to let us know what you've been doing, what changes you've made. If you are working remotely or, school, remote learning kind of thing, how are you managing? Today I asked one of my seniors, I hadn't seen her for weeks now, and we're talking, so I asked her, I said, by the way, Gritly, what color is your house inside? And we both laughed, because, I'm teasing her that quite possibly she is now this same color of the wall. But never mind, this too will pass. Something else will come, but there's more resolved. We'll be able to know how to manage things. At least this ought to teach us, all of us, something, myself included. Anything I open my mouth and talk about here, it applies to me too. 5:49 p.m. Welcome everybody. It is R&B Monday, coming up at 6 p.m., keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts here inside the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. And I'd like to wish you a happy birthday today. If you are celebrating your birthday, and, things are happening and you just feel like you can't be bothered, you just kindly bother. You have no time to speak any negative word over your life. So you kindly just bother for me, you see? You don't feel like you can bother, you just kindly bother. That's my thing for you this afternoon. I know a lot of people have seen Faye Ellington out of Jamaica, where she just did a very simple video. But, she speaks from her heart. And, It's been going around. A lot of people have been seeing it and making comments about it. And so I'm just going to play a little bit of it for you. It's about 9 minutes long, right in our backyard.
You know, when I started day one of the Daytime Curfew Chronicles, I did it to find something creative to do. And I just wrote something. I put it on Twitter, then I put it on Instagram and on my Facebook page. But I realized it served a very important purpose. It helped to connect people. It helped to make the unusual circumstances a little easier to bear. And it perhaps allowed all of us, each of us, to understand that we're all of us in this thing together. What a way you see me in all my various stages. You see me yesterday, may I sweep up mango leaf. Well, it was ackee leaf. May have the mango leaf them for to know. But what it also does, this COVID-19 new normal, is to make each and every one of us understand that we need to get back to basics. And what do I mean by that? We need to share who we really are with people. You know, we need to share how we really are with people. And here I am in Jamaica, but many of you are watching this from Canada, the United States of America, from the United Kingdom, and wherever else in the world, maybe Japan and China. And we go through COVID-19 quite differently. You know what I had to come to terms with? I don't live in a big grand house, but I have a house and I have a little yard, right? There are some people who are cooped up in apartments in places like New York, and when they are told to tanner them yard, same like some people here in Jamaica, in some of our crammed communities, where people live tight and close, it hard. It feel like you're going to go crazy. In Jamaica, because of our weather and so on, them can come out and stand up on the sidewalk. And of course, if you do that, I also say, obey the police, respect them. But when you're cooped up in an apartment in some first world country, you want to name first world country and have the temerity if you can call it third world. Anyway, so it brought me into this reality. But then I have always been like, I'm a country girl. I come from the rural parts of Jamaica. I'm from Clarendon. So I'm accustomed as a child to getting up early morning to go to spring for water, to cut up coconut to feed fowl, to tie out goat. And some of those things came back to me. You know, getting into your house and staying in there from 3 o'clock any afternoon until the following morning, rather than sit down and say, I am isolated. Why don't you say, hey, there are things I can do. There are things that you can tidy, things that you can look for that you haven't seen for years. You can learn how to cook something new or bake something if you have the ability to do that. And if you live in a different kind of situation, you can sit down and talk to people. I have always found talking to older people, oh my goodness, they have a wealth of knowledge. So whether it's in your own home and you have a grandma or an aunt or whomever, or even on the phone, because some older people live alone, we have to engage them on the phone. When I think about COVID-19, and by the way, this is history, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now, the same way we talk about the 1918 Spanish flu, we're going to be talking about COVID-19. But when I think about that, the closest I have to that is when I used to speak with my mother and my grandmother about World War II. You see, I was born in 1953. And so World War II would have been pretty fresh in their minds. They were thinking of things like hardships in terms of getting food, what was scarce, and so on. And many of the Jamaican folk songs came out of that period too, you know. But here I am. I decided to sit down quietly this morning. And oh, by the way, I'm going to put out the 2 bag garbage yet. They come with the side thing. Put myself together, wear my bandana, my Jamaican fabric, and come out here and talk to you this morning. Because when all is said and done, we, the world, we, all Jamaicans, whether we come from uptown, Middletown, or downtown, we are all in this thing together. We can't get away. So we have to show respect to each other. We have to be kind to each other. We have to be understanding to each other's circumstances. And we have to know, so sometimes when you look on something, you know, really the way you think it is. because different people experience things differently. So I sit down outside of the house. That's why I hear vehicle pass by about 7:35 now, and the curfew let up at 7 this morning. So people will be going out to work, and they'll be going to visit people in terms of checking on people, I hope, and supermarket and little things like that. But my curfew chronicles is amazing how many people have connected with it. So I'm going to upload to my YouTube channel, and then I'll put it from there, link it to Instagram and Facebook and possibly Twitter. But there's a Jamaican saying for everything in this world, and so many of them have come to me since this situation. And as they come to me, I'm just going to share. Monkey must know which part him I go put in tail before I order trousers. Monkey must know which part him I go put in tail before I order trousers. And there's a version. Goat must know the size of him before he swallow guinea seed. And what that is really saying, we are in this situation that we have to work out how we're going to cope. How are we going to cope going forward? And another one, some people say them don't know it. Old woman a swear for Kalalu, and Kalalu a swear for run old woman belly. Yep. So we have plans. Oh, we're going to do this in 2020. Here, the back man out there, them nice, you see. We're going to do this in 2020. But we never ever stop to say we're going to do it, God willing, or Dio volente in Latin, because we don't have control over our lives. No more than ever. COVID has made that very clear. Got a man a plan and got a wipe out. That's another thing that we say in Jamaica. But it was just so good to get up this morning, not as early as I did 2 mornings ago when I was teasing up my vegetable garden and listening to the birds. And the rooster was crowing. You hear a dove cooing there. I don't know if you can hear it. And other birds around. And I give thanks. So in all of this, we need to give thanks in all of this. Some people might say, give thanks for what? Let me tell you something. You see, when you give thanks, you're able to cope better. When I get up in the mornings and I do my devotion, I give thanks. I give thanks to my friends. I give thanks for the opportunity to work. Now, I work for myself, basically, so I have to find new ways of creating employment and using the technology to help me. Sometimes people look at you and don't know your circumstances, because if I don't work, I don't get paid, you know what I mean? And I know some of you too may be a little concerned about the profile programs that I do for Television Jamaica. I record my programs 2 to 4 months in advance. So at the end of the program, I normally shake the guests' hands. So don't worry, those programs were recorded long before we had to deal with this COVID phenomenon. There's one program that will come on, I think the second Sunday in May, that you will see when we bump elbows, and that was recorded after we became aware of what was happening, and the nation took a position.
Just a little taste of Faye Ellington out of Jamaica. You heard her there with some proverbs. I heard them. I'm like, yes, Miss Faye, give it to them. Want to let you know at 6 o'clock we will be talking as always with news here on Inside the Zone and keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts. Stick and stay with me. Don't go anywhere. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
When you are hungry, come to Kulu Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase. And we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Simply the best Jamaican food.
6 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. You're tuned into Inside the Zone, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez. And if you've never heard of Lady D before, I'm Jamaican. Born, raised. Went to Clarendon when I was a little girl. You know? So I know a little bit about what Faye's talking about there. And to all those of you who are going through COVID, you know somebody. I was just coming this afternoon and a friend of mine said that they spoke to a gentleman they know about a week ago, and he sounded like he was recuperating in the hospital, but he was doing well. Only for them now to hear that the gentleman is on, the vent. They're like, when did he go downhill and he sounded like he was fine? So all these kinds of things will have an impact on you. It will shake you to the core. I know of persons who had it. One was hospitalized and she's now home. And as a matter of fact, on Sunday, she was able to record a live recording of, her experience and so on. So there are people who kicked it to the curb with God's help, but there are others who they have not been able to mention it. And the more I see the stats on the television screen, it's the more I realize that while we're in awe, again, I'm using my phrase, not my own, but I'm using this phrase, cubby hole, things are really bad for some people. Really, really bad. And there's no getting away from it. The other day, I had to say that, our president had always been the major topic on these major networks. They talk about him a lot. Now, they're talking about him, but he's connected to the major topic globally now, which is the COVID-19, the new coronavirus, COVID-19. And so, it tells you that this thing has impacted the world, every nook and cranny. Somebody has it. The similarity is just so striking. When you are looking at the news and you're seeing people wearing their masks and so on, it's the norm. That's where we're at. It's the norm now. You have to say, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. But let me give you some more music. How about that? Chris Wilby will be joining me in a few minutes, and we'll be getting on with the show. Inside the Zone, the Monday Drive. Good afternoon to Sign FM 88.9. You're tuned into Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7. The telephone number here is 914-600-4228. Please make a note of it because we'll be talking together this afternoon. 914-600-4228. Music for you.
If they gleam in the sun while they spinning, they fit on my truck, then I could remember. And if it came in a nose, then a bag, then I could remember. And if it dripped from my wrist and it looked like it shine like blue, then I could remember. But oh, girl, I forgot to be a lover. If it wasn't for the 9 to 5 doubled up overtime, then I could remember. If it wasn't for the Sunday All-Star Weekend game, girl, I could remember. And if it wasn't for the dough, getting 50 Jesus show, girl, you know that I could remember. But silly me, oh, tell me how could
Good afternoon.
Hi, Denise.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, good, good. What's doing?
Nothing much. Am I on air?
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Denise, I don't want to be on air.
Well,
I just giving you a shout out.
Well, but you're calling the radio station.
Because you gave her the number and you was playing the music, so I was enjoying the music. And I said, while people are enjoying the music, I'll just give you a shout out.
Well, I appreciate it. It's been ages. I saw an unknown number pop up on,
yes,
but there was no number for me to call you back. So just text it to me.
Remember, we're working on that. Anyway, all is well, and I just want to say hi to you, and I'll call you off air, okay?
Yes, my love. Text it to me later on, because I'm going to be using
Yeah,
my
we'll
phone.
do.
All right, take it easy.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Have
bye.
a good day. Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, it's nice to hear from. There's some people who, you've heard from them in a while, but then when you do hear from them, it's a pleasant surprise. So it's nice to hear you, my love. All right, Chris will be joining me in a few minutes, so we need to get ourselves ready. And while we're doing that, I need to get back to my music. You want to get back to the music with me? I'm sure you do. This is Jaheim, R&B Monday, Inside the Zone. 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. Keeping you in the know, coming up in a few minutes. We apologize for the delay.
But oh, girl, I forgot to be a lover. If it wasn't for the 9 to 5 doubled up overtime, then I could remember. If it wasn't for the Sunday All-Star Weekend game, girl, I could remember. And if it wasn't for the dough, getting 50 Jesus show, girl, you know that I could remember. But silly me, oh, tell me how could I ever forget to be your lover? Never realize that you need love to spend my life making up to you. Oh, I forgot to be a lover.
When she starts bringing up older and the fights keep getting worse, finding numbers in her purse, better put that woman first. And you notice she ain't wearing her ring. And she starts playing little games, coming in late from work. You better put that woman first.
If it wasn't for the makeup on my shirt, still out there chasing skirts, then
I could remember.
And if it wasn't for that fight last night, you smashing out my headlights, then
I could remember.
If it wasn't for parole, steady ducking my PO, girl, you know
I could remember.
But silly me, babe, tell me how could I ever forget to be your love? Now I realize that you need love to spend my life making up to you.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Lady D, good afternoon.
Good
to all the
afternoon.
listeners.
Chris Wilby, how was your weekend?
My weekend, well, there's nothing that we can do these days than rest, so I have to say that my weekend was restful.
Okay. And
because we're all shut in, so.
Right. Well, my experience of dealing with shut-ins. Well, I didn't deal with them, but when I was growing up in Clarendon, the shut-ins to us were the seniors who people had to go. Members of a church would go and take care of them and serve them Lord's Supper or communion. Mm-hmm. Has anyone been to serve your communion?
No. No, I haven't had that experience at all.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. Chris Wilby's online, and we are ready to go. So, here we go, everybody. It is now 10 minutes after 6 o'clock. The show ends at 7 p.m. I'd like to welcome everyone. Again, Chris Wilby, you may go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, good afternoon to everybody. This is Chris Wilby from Caribbean Vibes Radio. Pardon my lateness, ladies and gentlemen. However, we're here this afternoon, and we're hoping to have a discussion on the ongoing saga and how it is affecting each and everyone. Hoping for your participation.
Thank you. You have a headline to start off the segment, Chris, as always?
No, I don't have a headline just now, but I have one that I will be reading later on. So if you have one, you can go ahead, lady.
Okay. Now, today's April 20th, so I'd like to share Canada's worst mass shooting leaves at least 16 dead. That's so unfortunate. We think of what's going on now, and here we go with something else. Out of Toronto, a gunman disguised as a police officer went on a 12-hour rampage in the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, shooting people in their homes, setting fires and killing at least 16 people, including a policewoman, in the deadliest such attack in the country's history. Officials said the suspected shooter, identified as 51-year-old Gabriel Wortman, who apparently worked as a denture maker, was also dead. Police did not provide a motive for the killings. And I have a quote here. Today is a devastating day for Nova Scotia and will remain etched in the minds of many for years to come. End quote. A visibly shaken Lee Bergman, an assistant RCMP commissioner, told a news conference on Sunday. Overnight Saturday, police began advising residents of the rural town of Portapique, about 60 miles, 100 kilometers north of Halifax, already on lockdown because of the coronavirus pandemic, to lock their doors and stay in their basements. Several bodies were later found inside and outside one home in the small town of Portapique. Bodies were also found at other locations. The assault began late Saturday, and authorities believe the shooter may have targeted his first victims, but then began attacking randomly. Several homes in the area were set on fire as well. RCMP spokesman Daniel Bryan confirmed that 16 people had been killed in addition to the suspect. The dead officer was identified as Constable Heidi Stevenson, a mother of two and a 23-year-old veteran of the force. Another officer was also injured. Isn't that just sad?
It is the biggest mass shooting in Canada history. Isn't that so, lady?
Yes.
I saw the headline earlier, and I was like, what is the world coming to? Is it no copycat business? Is Canada now going to be doing what the United States is known for? It is very sad that this is happening.
Evil will always be present in the world. And when they mentioned that he's a denture maker, the first thing that came to mind was quite possibly this is a disgruntled employee, but they have not alluded to such. I guess they're doing their investigations, or they just didn't want to mention it yesterday when it happened. But it's really very unfortunate, and we really express our sincere condolences to the families there.
Yes.
Who are now having to deal with this issue.
Yes.
Very unfortunate.
And as we continue, lady, Huntsville SKP killed during alleged police shootout that is in Jamaica. An SKP from the Huntsville police station in St. Andrew was this morning killed during an alleged police shootout. The deceased has been identified by the police as 24-year-old Leroy Burrell of a link fence Majestic Gardens, St. Andrew address. That is zinc fence, let me correct myself there. Who they say was shot and killed in the mangroves along the Portmore Plaza. Burrell, also known as Hickman, or Baby King, was facing murder, illegal possession of firearm, and robbery charges. According to the police, a firearm was recovered at the scene. He and 7 other inmates yesterday escaped from the police station. One of the men was subsequently held. The 6 remaining escapees are 18-year-old Shavar Smith, otherwise called Boy Boy, of Crescent Road, Kingston, who was being held for 1 count of murder. 25-year-old Maldine Lemon, otherwise called Mallow, of Eastwood Avenue, Kingston 13, and Bob Marley Boulevard in Kingston 2, was being held for count of murder, for 1 count of murder. 30-year-old Michael Ellis of Ramsey Road, Kingston 13, and the New Green District in Manchester, who was charged for the offense of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition and robbery. 30-year-old Nicholas Petrie, otherwise called Nico, or Gamecock, of Seabreeze, Beaumont Gardens, Kingston 2, and Kent Lane, Franklin Town, Kingston 16, who was in custody for murder, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, housebreaking, and rape. 23-year-old Roger Gaynor, otherwise called Screechy, of Varner Road, Kingston 11, who was charged with robbery and breaches of the anti-gang legislation. 23-year-old Kenwar Holiness, otherwise called Oliver or Gimme, of Walter Park Road, Kingston 11. The police are urging the escapees to turn themselves in and are reminding members of the public that it is an offense to harbor a criminal. And they went on to list the number to call if you know of their whereabouts.
Oh, well. When I heard the news this morning, and with all due respect to this situation, but when I heard the news this morning, I said, so where are they escaping to now in this COVID-19 crisis? I'm sorry.
I don't know if anybody at all
want to go house them anywhere.
Especially
right?
coming from prison, in this time.
Sure. You have to just say whatever. All right. Okay, 18 minutes now after 6 o'clock. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All righty. So, just want to remind you that the show is also brought to you by Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. If you'd like to get your delicious meal, then give them a call, 718-324-7484. That's 718-324-7484. Don't forget. And Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. Waffle affair is going on, so get your waffles and get your lunch and dinner. Walk in, very friendly atmosphere, Corey cool like that. And just say, guess what, Lady D sent me. I'm here to buy my, and you say what you want and you'll get it right away. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Keep it moving and all will be well, okay? Yes, I promise you. They'll take very good care of you, and it is what it is.
Is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
And we're back. It is 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. How are you managing with COVID-19? Let us know. So, Chris.
Yes.
We have been talking about COVID-19 since, what, January?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, since January. And people have died. People are being tested every day. People have had to quarantine themselves. Businesses have been closed. I wonder how that is, how people manage. But, you know, we live in a community where we're connected to each other. And that's one of the reasons why they believe that, you know, the virus has spread so much, because we're close, right? We live close, we work close, just about everything. We're in church, we're close. And it would be very unfortunate if there are people here who, you know, nobody missed them. They're home, they're quarantined, and nobody don't say, wait, what happened to Denise or Lady D? Or what happened to, you know, Evol or somebody or Ray Ray? You know, that would be very unfortunate, because then that tells you that, you know, you haven't built relationship with anyone, and we really can't live like that. Outside of that, though, we, Chris and I, you know, discussed it and said we wanted to find out from you how you are managing. You know, do you have a support system? What has it been like for you if you are working remotely? You know, church is also online, with the exceptions for few, where people still go in at very reduced numbers and by restrictions, etc. But we really want to know how you're doing, because it can't be an easy time. It's not an easy time for many people. It's just very hard. And when you're home, you know, human beings, we were created to mingle, to talk, right? We're sociable. We are created like that. You have to interact. So the adjusting phase of this can't be easy. No matter if you're married, sweetly in love, what have you. Every now and again, you know, you require space, but it can't be easy. Because some of the things that you would perhaps push under the rug, you can't push it now, because everybody up into each other's space. Right? But we just wanted to know, how are you? Because there are food pantries around, and, you know, people are helping the best way that they can. But we're asking you, how are you doing? How you do? Because if I know a friend who, she just got the note that she positive, but she been fine the whole time and nothing new still, even today. So, you know, there are those who, it's not a chronic situation. They've not had to go into hospital, that kind of thing. But the moment they tell you you have it, there's a trigger there, you know?
Yes.
There's a trigger there.
And, you know, it is, I suspect that is going to be the case for majority of people who get the disease. You know, some people are going to get the disease and recover and don't even realize that they got the disease.
Right.
You know, that's the nature of the beast. So a lot of us are walking around, and we probably got it at some point already and have moved on, and some of us are walking around with it right now, and, you know, we just don't know because there is not a wide-scale testing going on where everybody is required to test.
Right.
So, but I have in front of me here, Lady D, a very interesting article, which I want to share. It's from the Jamaica Gleaner. It's a letter of the day, which says here that lockdown shouldn't mean a lockup. And I would mind reading it so that we can, have a discussion. It says here, dear editor, madam, government must ramp up its communication strategy during the COVID-19 pandemic to avoid chaos. News of the lockdown in St. Catherine and Portmore in particular, due to the spike in number of cases at a BPO call center, shows that many are in panic mode and may not fully understand what is happening. Imagine if it were necessary to lock down the entire country for a period. It would be pure chaos. A lockdown shouldn't mean a lockup. It means being responsible enough to stay home as much as possible to avoid close contact with others. It should mean that only essential businesses are allowed to operate. It means going out only when necessary for essential services, food, medicine, supplies. It means practicing social distance in public, washing hands frequently, and following other protocols such as wearing face masks, using sanitizers, and generally being more conscious when it comes to hygiene and public health. Essential businesses should remain open. Why should supermarkets have restricted hours with higher demand? Why should they have to operate using names of customers, alphabet, and IDs? This only adds to the chaos. If markets remain open during regular hours, customers can use better judgment and try to shop at different times. There are hordes of people rushing to leave St. Catherine to other parishes immediately after the lockdown was announced. Are people so naive? They don't understand that an infected and asymptomatic person leaving still carries the virus and poses a risk to others in the new surroundings. A lockdown benefits those who might be infected and don't know it, while helping to safeguard public health, which benefits all. A lockdown also serves to drive home the message about the severity of the situation. It mitigates the risk of virus spreading. This is necessary to better manage the pandemic and reduce the risk to the general public. And this was sent in by one T. Chin.
And that's a good assessment, a reasonable assessment of the situation. I find, and it's not just here in the United States, it's not just in Jamaica, people are hard to manage. Or patterns are formed, Chris. And so the moment you put a restriction on me, my first reaction is to ask why. And even though the repercussions of not adhering to policies when they are implemented is so glaring, still, I want to do my own thing. And they are still insisting that the social distancing works, because we know spittle and, just about everything that is coming from orally. It goes up into the ear and blah, blah, and you pick it up, right? But
Yes.
I find that people if we do what is recommended, then we won't have a problem. But once we do what we do because we feel that we should do it and we have a right to do it, that's where we find ourselves in the problem. And while we're asking people this afternoon, how are you managing? Because we just want to know how you're managing. Call us 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. It is still a problem for us. People have, isolating themselves, whether it's in a barber shop, somebody kitchen, something. They're still close, sneaking away, doing all kinds of things, and still don't realize that you can still contract the virus. Now, when they say, let's use Jamaica, for example, right? So they decided to shut down St. Catherine. And the following morning, I overheard. Hold the line one moment, Chris. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lady.
Good afternoon to you, Gloria. How you been?
I've been good. Good afternoon, Mr. Wilby.
Hi, Gloria.
I'm trying to cope inside. I'm not an outside person. I go out only if and when I have to.
And that's how you've always been?
Yes. Before my daughter was here, they do the shopping, so I don't have to go there. You have to go get basic things. Go to the supermarket, but they get when they come home back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she works, and my son-in-law works, but my grandson is home.
Okay.
Working. So I'm not an old person. If I have to go there, I go there quick and come back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how are you managing your grandson?
He understands. He's 16, He understands. He's on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing his schoolwork and I guess back in Jamaica, I don't think he usually goes to school, but usually stay home,
Okay.
So not a lot of going out, so.
So do you think he understands?
I think he understands.
You think he understands and the severity of it?
I think so. I know it's hard sometimes, but I think he understands.
Okay. All right.
So for you, Gloria, it's not affecting you much in terms of restricting your movements.
No, it's not. It's not. And I use the phone a lot, so I just use up the phone. I keep all the friends. I told my grandson, even in Jamaica, I go to work and come home. I go to church and come home. I'm not an old person from a long time. I stay home. But I use the phone a lot in some here.
Okay.
Yes, and that's what I'm accustomed to, so I still talk to my friends on the phone.
Well, at least we know that you are doing well and you're managing it well. So we thank you for sharing.
Sometimes I think about the people that lost their loved ones. Sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
It's sort of hard when you think about it. I don't know anybody. I have a friend, and I asked for prayer for her. She got a disease, and she got through. So I don't know of any immediate person or friend that I talked about. When you think about the people, the people that lost their relatives, and so sometimes it sort of bothers you,
Yes.
Just out of concern, you say it could be you.
Of course.
You just got to pray for them because it's a serious time now. But I'm okay inside as long as I have food and water.
Good. All right.
Okay.
Good to hear from you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you as usual for your interest and your normal welcome programs to us.
Yes, thank you. Blessings
and
to
God
you.
bless both of you and your family. Keep safe.
Yes, we try.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. Yes, Chris.
Yeah, Lady D. You know, it's interesting how Gloria, she puts it. A lot of people who, in her position, you know, would probably echo the same sentiments. You know,
Yes.
people who don't necessarily have to go out. You know, they're used to a certain lifestyle. You know, they go out when necessary and stay in and stuff like that. But for people who have to work and now they don't, you know, it can be very stressful.
It can take a toll
You
on
know?
you. Let's see if
And
we
it
have
can
a
take a
call.
toll.
Let's see if we have a call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D. Good afternoon, Chris. It's been a long time.
I know, Pat. You just,
Hey, Pat, how are
you know, Pat. You know.
Yes. give me my whippings now. But I have been a good girl.
Yes.
I heard that
You know,
I heard that you migrated.
Yeah,
Where in the world are you?
Oh no, no.
You've
You
been
know,
missing
Lady
in
D and
action.
Chris, it's such a wonderful experience, you know, to be able to chat with you guys, my friends, once more.
Yes.
Before this pandemic, you know, I was very frequent on the air, but when the pandemic struck, I am more busy now than before. I have found so much things to occupy my time. I have been using my phone so much. Before the pandemic, I was averaging about 4, maybe 5 hours, you know, on the phone. Now, I'm 10 to 12 hours per week on the phone. I have been able to maximize my phone. I have called different people. I have got involved doing so many different things. I'm on a prayer line 7 days a week. I'm in a Bible study, and I signed up, and I'm doing a public speaking class on Zoom. So I don't have time to be bored. I don't have time now. I really don't have enough time.
That's an
so
idea.
for me to be bored, I would say, oh no, I don't have time to be bored. There is so much.
Yes.
You know, before the days, I'm going to bed 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm saying, I didn't even accomplish some of the things that I set out to do. So, you know, we have to find time. The whole world is on lockdown right now. And we have to find time to connect, whether with our loved ones, with our God, with a group, or really encouraging individuals. Folks who are on lockdown, who are locked in their homes, whether they're seniors or, you know, people who are living independently, they don't have that kind of support. We can pick up our phone and, you know, make a phone call just to say hi and how you doing, and, you know, just to quote a scripture or something to them, because we're all in this together at the end of the day. If it wasn't for God and our spiritual connection, some of us would have flipped out a long time ago.
Yes.
So we just have to find time now, you know, how we can connect.
Yes.
My class on a Monday evening starts at 5:30 and ends at 6:30. It's 1 hour.
Okay.
So by the time I look around, I said, oh, I don't have time. By the time I look at 5 o'clock, I say, I have to do a little reading. And so I got off. I said, no, I have to call you guys, you know. So it's just a wonderful experience to connect and to, you know, hear what's going on. And so we can all share our ideas and experiences as how we are coping, because my coping skill might not be yours, but, you know, if we talk about what helps, you know, we have to get into a reading habit, whether it's a book or it's a craft that we are anticipating and you never had time for it. You know, you can write letters, even though you might not be able to post them out now, but you can take the time and write letters to individuals. And when the time comes, you are able, you know, to post off these letters. But we must stay busy to keep our cognition circulating. If not, we're going to go crazy. So there are folks who say they cannot live with themselves, they cannot be by themselves. That to me, that's way out of sync. We must be able to connect by ourselves so we can connect with our God.
That's right.
So
Nice hearing
And the
you.
radio is a wonderful medium. Facebook, there are so many different religious programs that are coming on now by Zoom. We can't go to church, but we can connect on Zoom with our church with different programs. Yeah, so to keep ourselves busy and keep our minds active, that's
right.
how we're going to connect.
Yes.
That's right. Thank you, Pat.
Okay.
Bless
So
you.
you're quite welcome. So thank you for the opportunity, yes, of speaking once more. And you have a wonderful evening at the end of the program. May the Lord pilot you home safely. And hopefully on Thursday we can go back again, to repeat this program.
Yes.
So good evening to all the radio listeners and those in the chat room. Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
All right. Take it easy.
Okay.
Take
You're
care.
welcome. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that's Patricia, one of our ardent listeners, supporter. We thank her. Reminding you, you can call us 914-600-4228. Inside the Zone on the YouTube channel. Stop over there if you think you want to be hopping off and on. And those of you who are stopping by on my Facebook page, Lady D, Denise Gomez. That's what it is. Yep. But I do have my Inside the Zone YouTube channel. Stop by, say hi. Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, 6:41 p.m. How are you managing in this COVID crisis? How are you managing? Does it cause you to hibernate? When was the last time anybody saw you or heard from you? What are some of the measures that you have adopted to ensure that you are safe as well as your family? We're grappling a lot about, measures that are implemented and how long I'm going to have to endure this. And I can't wait to get back to my life. I ask the question, what aspect of the life you really want to get back to? Because a change has to take place.
An interesting question there, Lady D. For most people, I think that life is going to change. The new normal, there is going to be a new normal because normal is not going to be going back to what we knew. I think this pandemic has opened up a lot of eyes, as to how we operate and how we interact with each other. And a lot of things are definitely going to change going forward. We were having a discussion earlier, my wife and I mentioned it to you earlier, Lady D.
Yes.
I just want to share it with the public. Let's talk about what is going to happen after this lockdown. Number one, let's talk about food, for example, the supply chain where food is concerned. A lot of us, when we go to the supermarket, we don't necessarily think, because we tend to think to take things for granted as human beings. So we go into the supermarket. We don't stop to think about where did the food come from on the shelves in the supermarket. We go in there with our monies and we buy stuff and we leave. Now, a lot of people are going to the supermarkets these days and there are a lot of stuff that they can't get. And they're just thinking that once this is over, the supermarket shelves are going to be replenished and things are going back to normal. You know what? I hate to burst your bubble. It is not. And not for a while. We are not going to go back to normal. If the country opens back up tomorrow morning, we're still going to have rationing of certain products for a long time to come. And here's why I say that, Lady D. Let us think about the farmers, the produce section in the supermarket. I just want to concentrate on just that one little area, for argument's sake. You go into the produce section and you buy stuff. We don't normally think about where they come from. They come from in the field. They come from the farmers. The farmers are also human beings. they are also on lockdown. So there is nothing going on out in the field. There is no reaping of the crops. And so these crops, even though they are ripe and ready to reap, there is nobody to reap them. So what is happening? The owners of the farms are seeing their produce being left in the field, and they are rotting in the field, and the farmers have to be plowing them back into the field.
Yes.
So what is going to happen after that is that there is not going to be any produce coming from the farm for a while. There is nobody to reap, there is nobody to package, there is nobody to deliver, there is nobody, and the supply chain. And that is where we, as the consumers, will be hit very, very hard in the next few months. And so we all have to prepare ourselves. It is not going to be a snap of the finger and we go back to normal. It is going to be a long process. And we have to start preparing our minds for that, because a lot of people aren't really preparing their minds for the long term of this event.
Yes, and of course, it becomes even more critical and crucial if the lockdown is extended.
Yes.
For a longer period. So what do? Do we pray and say, Lord, intervene on our behalf? Because people of faith, that's where we are at. Because there's nothing else that you can possibly say or do. You can't do a thing. This is one time humanity is really, really faced with the reality and the truth that I really am not in control. That I'm not in control. I'm not able now to wield my power like I used to and snap my finger. And this thing is just gone. Like, Jeannie would wiggle her little mouth and stuff. That's not the case. And so
there's a reset.
So, when people go into shopping stores and supermarkets, etc., and they are piling in to their shopping carts tons of canned stuff and all that, and other people have a problem with it because they think that they are hoarding the stuff and other people need to get and so on. But can I share something with you? In 2014, I went to work and shared a dream I had. I dreamt there was chaos. In 2014, I dreamt that there was chaos on the streets. People were just running up and down. And suddenly I found myself walking on a slope downwards, and I ended up underground. And when I got under there, I'm like, where is everybody? Where am I? And I saw, I was in a very huge place under there. And every corner of the building had a door. So I got curious and I started opening, the doors were unlocked. So I was opening doors, Chris. And in every cubicle that I opened, it was just stacked with canned food. No perishable items. The entire place had canned food. And I'm like, so I closed back the doors. I mean, it's a huge place. I didn't need to see any more. So I tried to find where I was coming from to regain my equilibrium. And I ended up back up top, and people were still there running up and down. It was one chaos. And my little son was in the dream at the time, and he came and he said, Mommy, where were you? And I said, honey, come with me. And it took us no time again. I appeared back in this place and I showed him. And he said, Mommy, what is this? And he was opening the place too. All the doors as well. And I was reminding my pastor of that dream that I shared some time back. So
interesting.
A time is going to come, and we don't want to in our we don't want to say, yes, this is really gonna happen. And the virus might just disappear like all the others after a while. But this one that we are experiencing, since we have no idea about Spanish flu, we don't know what that was like, right? But with the COVID-19, we're saying, Lord, could you help us here? Help us through this, and let this thing just be gone. Let it be gone. That's, we're riding it out, but that's where it is. So God forbid, God forbid that it should run a longer course than from your intellectual reasoning, that it should come to pass that we have food shortage. And someone mentioned it to me this morning when I was at work. She called me. She says, if I can do my best, try and go start picking up a few things, because she just heard in her spirit this morning, shortage. So I was busy doing something and I appeared to have been distracted to her, but I listened.
Yes.
So, when we ask, how are you managing? Chris had mentioned the other day that, just in case you have to go into the hospital, what happens? Is your family prepared? I even thought of the fact that sometimes you have your personal documents, your bank information, your insurance, all those things, where you keep your passport, blah, blah, your personal documents, but not everybody know where you have them in your house. So just in case something happen now, nobody know where to find these documents. Somebody needs to know. We just can't be so private.
We're not here preaching doomsday, I just want to make that clear. We're just talking about the reality of the situation and what people ought to expect. It would be good. It would be great if my predictions are wrong. I mean, I would be happy, but we ought to think about the worst, and hope for the best.
Yes.
Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best, and hope that we it doesn't reach to that level. But based on just as you say, intellectual thinking, this is how I see it going in the short term, the short to the long term. Things are definitely going to change, and even with the limited food that we're going to get, be prepared to start paying more for it, because it's just a matter of supply and demand.
Yes.
And the least we have the product on the market, the more expensive it is going to be. And unfortunately, we also have some unscrupulous people out there who are definitely going to price gouge and, jack up the prices of things and stuff like that. So we're in for some interesting times ahead.
Indeed.
I can say that.
Stay with me, 6:54 p.m. We're wrapping up soon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you managing in this COVID-19 virus season? It's a season. Our lives are seasonal, just like the four seasons. This is one, boy.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at WU.com. For more information, visit WU.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
Finding you, Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. Stop by, purchase your lunch, your breakfast, your dinner, and take a waffle with you. You can perhaps take the blueberry waffle. Give them a call, place your order. They offer Uber services and drop-offs, might I add. 3762 Boston Road, 347-947-9200. So if you don't know about it yet, I'm telling you.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome back inside the zone, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Where are you walking? Where do you live? Where you rest your head at nights? Where you work? Where you go to church? You know, where you go to school? Where you hang out? Well, you can't hang out now. Right, Chris? There's no hanging.
Well, you can get dressed and go on your veranda, you know. Or you can, or I hear somebody the other day say, "Why don't we just get ready and they might get ready and touch the veranda later."
Well, you know, that is so funny because I remember when I was growing up on a Sunday, right? You shower up and we weren't using the term shower at the time, but we say you bathe, right? You bathe and tidy. And you put on your Sunday evening clothes. I don't know if anybody else. I had Sunday evening clothes and I had my yard clothes, regular clothes, right? And that's the evening you powder up and stuff and go out a gate.
Yeah, you go out in the yard, you know, to hang out.
And go hang out, right? Oh,
Lord. You go to the fence. You know, we grew up in the country, so our yard was surrounded, you know, by next door neighbors. Right? You go to the fence and talk to your next door neighbor.
So
talk to your friends.
You know, so yeah. So I remember that very well. It's so funny that I tied it into that. But we are just here saying, you know, we understand we're going through it as well. And, you know, so yesterday, I'm sorry, but I have to drop this one in. So yesterday, on the live broadcast, you know, with our church service, there were two testimonies. One, a friend of mine, she dressed up nicely. She had a dream. She was sharing her vision and so on. And dressed up nicely, sit down in our living room. And, you know, in the background was a whole lot of clanging going on. So I sent a text with my troublesome self because, you know, they know that side of me. So I sent a text and say, "Is what happening? Is your husband in the Is your husband in the kitchen?" So I said, "Hold on, did you go to church?" She said, "No, but me dress up because me I go do video."
Okay, of course, she has to make herself presentable.
You know, because it couldn't be worse than the person. I have not seen that video, but it could be worse than the person who was on a Zoom call, I understand, and a lady, I think she was also the host for the Zoom meeting and went into the bathroom and everybody's seeing everything.
Oh, yes. I saw that one. It was a family meeting.
Oh, it's family.
Zoom. I think it was that she went to use the bathroom, not realizing that people were seeing it. I saw that one. Oh, it was hilarious.
So people, I didn't see it, but we all need to be careful here. And if you're going on a Zoom meeting, even if it's with just people because there are a lot of people who work in international spheres, right? And you really, but please, kind of fix up yourself. Don't just come on the meeting.
And act professional,
No, come on the meeting and, lay off in your couch kind of thing. No. No. If I wanted to see the couch, I would have come over. Right? But thank you all for tuning in today, and we're hoping that as the days progress, God willing, we will adhere to policies, restrictions, and try to keep ourselves safe. Because I need to be here before. I don't want nothing to take me out before time. Chris, what you have to say?
I'm not going to comment on that part, Lady D. Thank you once again for having me, Lady D, and all the listeners. Here's hoping that we will continue to be safe, but in whatever we do, adhere to the guidelines and continue to pray. And as I say, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
Yes.
Catch you
Blessings,
next week.
Chris Welby. Take it easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. This is Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Thank you for those of you who are on my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by and spending time with me. And on the Facebook, Lady D, Denise Gomez, thank you to Blessings. And to Corey's Eats, and Cooler Runnings and Western Union, I thank you. 88.9, thank you for keeping my company today. I'll be back on Thursday to do it all over again with the Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. So, Errol, what's doing? So, blessings, everybody. Be good. As always, love yourselves, love your children. And remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Blessings, a lot of love. I'm out of here.
Everything's gonna be alright, say. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Murder, she cries. Even the tears summarize. Still insisting taking her life. Yeah, look at the woman, them nice and lovely. And them a kill off the woman, them like when Babylon running at Tivoli. Me can't